What's going on, guys? Now, I don't normally make videos like this, but I came across something recently, and to be honest, I'm just trying to raise awareness about the things that are out there so we don't end up the way these people do. Now, I will say this, viewer discretion is advised. Watch at your own risk, because after watching this, you may want to gouge your eyes out and quite possibly jump out of your own window. And without further ado, let's go ahead and watch this abomination.
Hello, I'm Reva Godfrey, and I'm going to show you how to make my Christmas turkey stuffing recipe using only my mouth.
Just in case you missed it, you did hear that correctly. This woman just said she cooks with her mouth. How do you ask? Well, let's just see and find out.
I'm sure you know that no good stuffing recipe is complete without the onion, so we're going to start there. You want to finely dice it. Really small pieces is key.
Now, I do want to point out a couple of things. First, we just watched her straight up bite into an onion. I'm not sure if you've seen the videos going on Twitter and Reddit of people who caught the Rona and lost their sense of taste and bit into onions, but they can't taste the thing. They're just doing it to test it out. This was recorded in 2017, and she's biting into an onion straight up that cannot be comfortable at all. Two, when putting the onion from her mouth into the bowl, she straight up spit into the bowl. Now, obviously, we can see where this video is going. I already want to stop, but let's go ahead and continue.
It's a bit teary. I do love cooking.
Oh my god. Does she now have not only her saliva, but now her snot is in this concoction that she's about to make? I really hope she doesn't cook for anybody. If this is just for herself, whatever. But just don't serve this to other people, please.
So you're looking to go at about 1/2 centimetre along, put it in your mouth, chop it up a bit further and get it out so we're getting nice even pieces.
Now, I'm no chef, but if I wanted to dice carrots into even pieces, I would just grab a knife, grab a cutting board, and just start dicing away. If your goal is to get even pieces from your carrots for stuffing, I don't understand how using your mouth would be able to do that at all.
Moving now onto our celery, the green dream. Takes more calories to eat celery than it does that it gives you. Interestingly, I always use the right-hand side of my mouth, but you do what feels more natural to you. It's rather like having a drink, the celery bit.
There she goes again, just straight up spitting into the bowl. But I guess it can't get any worse because the food has already been her mouth. So honestly, what difference does it really make at this point?
And I'm going to use fresh parsley. I find flat leaf far sexier than curly, so that's what I'm going to use. So we want to de-stem the parsley. And then I'm just going to finely dice a handful. As if by magic. Diced parsley. Perfect.
Okay, I'm officially offended. Not only has she spit into the bowl a 3rd time, but then she claims that it was perfectly diced parsley. Now again, I'm not a genius or anything like that, but I can open up a dictionary and look up the definition for the word diced, and that says to cut into small cubes. Lady, you chewed that parsley, you did not dice it.
Next, my favorite friend, the garlic.
Gonna interrupt really quick. Just take a look at her hands. That's disgusting too. When you're talking about somebody cooking food for you, you would hope that they would at least continue to keep their cooking area clean. But not only is she using her mouth, just look at her hands. It's just absolutely disgusting.
Be aware that the garlic is very hard to handle and it really burns your mouth, but it's incredibly good for you. So stay with it and your stuffing will taste the better for it.
So that's 2 more times she spit into the bowl, but then now she also not only bit straight up into an onion, but now garlic. If it wasn't clear already, this lady is absolutely insane.
Now it's time for our bread, the meatier part of the stuffing. I normally say if you don't know how to target your bread, go at it like a hamburger. It's a very good loaf. I always choose the same loaf. Perfectly spherical. No bread knives, no blades. A very, very safe stuffing.
Again, I'm gonna point out a couple of things. The way she pulls the bread off the loaf, couldn't you just use your hands? She didn't have to make those pieces with her mouth. She doesn't look like she has that much muscle on her, but most people are strong enough to be able to break a loaf of bread into many different pieces. She didn't have to use her mouth for that step. But I also noticed that she used the word safety. Obviously, using knives comes with a little bit of risk. You can cut yourself pretty badly, actually. I'm sure there are people around the world that have lost fingers and have gotten serious injuries while cooking with sharp objects. But that doesn't give the excuse to do what she's doing in this video here. And not only that, but broadcasting it for the world to see as if it's some legitimate way to cook. There is the potential here that she needs to get some help, maybe therapy. Whatever trauma she witnessed or potentially endured does need some addressing so that she doesn't have to rely on things like this.
It's not traditional to use a lemon, but I don't like to do things traditionally, so I'm going to add some lemon zest and lemon juice. And for safety's sake, I am not going to use a zester. Quite an unusual flavour. Look at these lovely zesty lines. You don't get that with a normal zester at all. And then we're just going to stick our thumb in, wind it in, start to get some of those lovely juices out.
Again, she talks about safety here, which honestly, like I said before, I think it really does need to be addressed by a professional. But also, looking at the way she chews into that side of the lemon, that cannot be good for your teeth. She might not only need to see a therapist, but probably a dentist as well. I also noticed that she has 2 rings on her left hand, one on her middle finger and one on her pinky. While she was taking the juice out of that lemon, she was definitely getting them all soggy and gross. I hope she washed them. But I also think it's pretty convenient that that 4th finger there, that ring finger, is empty. I wonder why. Okay, fair warning about this next part. This is probably the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Once again, watch at your own risk.
Now we're going to bind our stuffing with an egg or 2, and I'm going to do the whisking in my mouth.
I don't know what kind of microphones they have in this room that they're recording in, but just listening to that made me nearly want to vomit. Put an entire raw egg in her mouth like Rocky Balboa, and then again just spit that straight into the bowl. It's just, she's a menace to society is what she is.
As with any good recipe, we use a lot of butter in our stuffing mix, and I don't have a microwave, so I'm just going to warm the butter with the cozy insides of my mouth.
So, quick story. One time I was at a diner early in the morning with my family and I got some pancakes. Now, I like some butter and whipped cream with my pancakes, and they were served both side by side. I wasn't paying attention and I took a bite out of the butter instead of the whipped cream, and it was probably the most disgusting thing to go in my mouth ever. So the fact that she just straight up bit into a brick of butter to warm it up and then again put that right into the bowl, I just can't fathom it. I feel like this is a fake video. Did you hear how disgusting that sounded? Oh my god, it's just I can't.
I've got myself a beautiful turkey. Open up and then retrieve our beautiful stuffing. I can almost hear the Christmas carols now. Just push him in. Beautiful stuffing mix. Absolutely perfect and made in 100% safety.
Did you guys see the bowl as she was taking the ingredients and putting it in the turkey? All that saliva and that egg yolk that she used as mouthwash all along the sides. I'm just past my breaking point right now. And again, she's talking about safety. I really do think she must have experienced something as a child to have a phobia of kitchenware and knives and things like that. So now she's gonna cook it, so let's see what this thing actually looks like. This is actually very, very scary because if I didn't know that she cooked it like this, that turkey actually looks decent. It has some good color on there. But the fact that she barely even seasoned anything and the fact that she did the stuffing with her mouth, obviously no one but her is going to eat that anyway.
And using your hands, simply carve up the bird and you're ready to serve. Beautiful. A little blob of stuffing. There we go. And to finish it off, a little sprig of parsley. There we go. And there we have it. Cooking with your mouth.
I love that little head movement that she does, like it's the greatest thing in the world that she just made. Just a whole big thing of turkey that wasn't seasoned and some stuffing that she put all the ingredients in her mouth before she cooked it. I just can't believe what I'm watching here. Anyway, that's all for now. Once again, I just wanted to raise awareness about the issues going on in the world. People like this need to be stopped. We can't have people like this roaming around and breeding and interacting with normal people. We should just all grab them and put them on an island somewhere so that they can all be weird together. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video because I did not, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.